Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a special report from Fast Guard News. Today, we'd like to talk to you about several topics. Primarily, we want to give you 5 things that you didn't know that you needed to know.
Correct.
Where's your pistol at on?
To my side.
From the top.
Sir, put your hands on the top of the vehicle.
Don't give out your personal phone number. And I know that sounds weird.
Why not?
Well, the main reason is people are weirdos. The other reason is there's so many different ways that people can do reverse lookups. They can take your phone. We have private investigation software. Like there's a million things that people could do. You can give out. I know that you can give out your personal phone number. We can get your full address. We can get your mom's address. We can get your social security number. And I think it's less than $10 online right now for anybody. Mm-hmm. So super scary. Super personal stuff. You definitely don't want to have that type of information out in the street. It's just not safe to do. Try to find you an alternative number, or try to maybe use one of these. I don't want to mention any apps name, but use one of these apps that maybe give you a secondary number to prevent you from giving out your personal phone number.
So what if a young lady's out and about and she's walking down the milk aisle at Publix and she sees the guy of her dreams and he asks for a phone number and she shouldn't give it to
You
him?
got to go back old school. Maybe get a reference number. I give you the 1-800 number to my job. Figure something out. It has to be some other alternative, because the minute you give that person your phone number, there's a lot of wackos out there. A lot of people are crazy. They start stalking. You don't want people having access to where you lay your head at just off giving your simple number out. Everybody that I give my number to, I don't want them coming to my house, for sure. So and that's for sure.
Well, speaking of your house, another thing that you should not do is not leave your home address in your vehicle's GPS, because, for obvious reasons, like if you go to a restaurant or hotel and you have to valet your car, the valet can get in and see your home address. And if you're at a nice hotel, he may know some people in low places and say, hey, these people are here. No one can be home. Here's the address. See what we can find.
Well, unfortunately, the valet business is notorious for hiring people that are, that just coming in the country, entry-level people that may have just gotten out of prison, whatever the case. Or not all of them, but they do have individuals from those walks of life. And now they're in your car. They have, a few minutes to get in there. And because remember, the valet jobs pay, I think, $3 or $4 per hour. They get paid off tips. So it's like a bartender. So you're in that particular situation, and now you got all your home information. And say if you're driving a really nice car, you're driving a Rolls Royce, and this person gets in and, you forgot where you lived at, so you put home on the thing, and now you're giving up that address. So that's not smart. Stop doing that.
I wonder if there's a security company out there that has a valet service.
Message. Okay, moving right along. Posting on social media with your location. Posting showing where you are. Everybody knows now, I think, you shouldn't be posting when you're out of town. While you're still out of town, you're supposed to wait until you come back home to post. But there's a guy that does these videos. Like, you could post any photo.
And he can pinpoint
your location. He can pinpoint your exact location. That is dangerous. And so you got to be really careful posting everything. Like, some people post their entire life on social media. I'm not a big time social media posting guy except for business. But I don't even have a personal Instagram or Facebook. I don't see the need for it at this point. I had one back in the day. I erased it pretty much as soon as I got married, because I don't want any of those creepy crawlies coming back and finding me. But, that's that you don't want to be putting so much information, not realizing that you could be giving a person information to come find you or come hurt your family. So stop doing that. It's 2025, guys.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
Man. And speaking of social media and being addicted to our phones, when you're leaving a building, your home, a nightclub, a restaurant, pay attention to your surroundings. Don't just walk out looking at your phone, swiping as you're walking, because you don't know what could be going on around you.
I was thinking about going to school to be a dentist, because with all these people looking down, somebody's going to trip and knock all their teeth out. It's gonna happen eventually. It's gonna be a big thing. Like, have you been to school, to the high schools or the elementary? You see how the kids are?
Well, I learned from a chiropractor that because of all the head down phone viewing, so there's a muscle at the back of your skull, and with your head being down so much, that muscle has to work extra hard to keep your head from falling too far forward. Some people's are starting to get like an elongated skull from that pulling.
Oh wow.
Even like people sitting on the couch, they like sit down and they look at their phones and just scroll, and that muscle is pulling on your skull.
I mean,
So I was like, that's kind of like, you don't think about that, but I was like, so what can a person do to combat that? He was like, hold
it out. But you know what? That takes shoulder muscles. So, the other thing is I was riding. I see all kind of stuff in traffic. I was riding the other day. I see a guy pull up beside me in rush hour traffic, reading a book, driving. And I was like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. On the interstate, we doing like 75 and he's passing me like this.
There's a unpaid advertisement. There's a great company called Audible. You can buy that same book and just listen to it. But on the cell phones, how many crashes, like Canada, you can't drive, like you talking about a ticket. They will pull you over out of traffic in rush hour to write you a ticket. California, absolutely not. Florida. New York.
Yeah, New York. Florida's supposed to be enforcing it, but down here, everybody's tents are so dark, you can't see into the car, but they don't enforce it. Like in California, we were driving on the highway, and a California Highway Patrol motorman pulled up beside us on the thing and like this, and he told me to put the phone down and then pulled off. I was like, this guy just came up in full traffic doing like 80 on the freeway to tell me to put my phone. Super serious.
He might have saved somebody's life.
Might have. Yeah. I was trying to use my GPS. So anyway, and last and definitely not least, when going out, and this is notorious in major cities, so Atlanta, New York, California, Los Angeles, Miami, Houston, Dallas, whenever you're in a major city, when you go out, we always see all of these crews that are out stealing stuff. Keep your valuables. If you're going out like to a nightclub or to a bar or to a place where it's going to be congested where people might bump into you, keep your valuables on your person. Like back in the old days, ladies used to keep their money inside of their bra or whatever the case is. And I think maybe you need to start doing that again. We had a problem so bad in Miami. I used to work at a nightclub down here. It was so many phones being stolen every single night. And, the cell phones, iPhones are $1,500. So anything over $300 is considered grand theft. So you got people committing felonies every night. Some nights we'd be missing 50 phones. People come in, hey, my phone's missing. These people are so good, you don't even feel it. Some of the security guards that were working on the floor inside of the nightclub got their phones stolen.
While it was on them?
While they were on them and while they were working. Their security is supposed to be protecting everybody, and they got their phones stolen. So if you're out and about, keep your personals, your valuables, anything that you think you're going to hold in a purse. It's too easy. These people will cut a hole in the bottom of your purse. They'll cut a hole in your pocket. Like, you got to be really careful. Some people come from other countries where this is their profession. Just like, you were talking about chiropractor and all this. Some people go to the school of thievery and they know all the tricks. So if you have valuables, keep them tucked in where you could feel if a person's going to try to get it, they're going to have to come and touch your body in order to get it. It's not just going to be you got a purse on hanging and then you're dancing and music's bumping and they didn't went through your whole person. You find your ID. The most dangerous thing, I think, is a lot of people have their passports when they're from out of town. And we would have complaints all the time like, hey, I'm stuck here. I can't go back. I'm going to have to go to the embassy and go get a passport. And we tell people, don't ever bring your passport into a nightclub, but that's a whole nother story. People were staying in hostels. You know what a hostel is? Yeah, there's 30 people standing there with them, so they had no real personal space. So it could become very dangerous. If you have valuables, keep them on your body where you can feel them at all times. So,
there you have it, folks. 5 things you didn't think you needed to know that you definitely need to know.
Fast Guard Service, we're all about education, guys.
You can reach us online at www.fastguardservice.com. You can also reach us by phone at 844-254-9929. 8273. Give us a call. Let's talk.
We'll be standing by.